Okay, so I was just building some more blue trees, and I admittedly haven't checked on my sniffers in a while, and there's only one. I had like six in here, and now five of them are missing, and I have no clue where those could be. What's even weirder is I feel like I also have less cows. Potentially, I don't know. Something weird's going on around here. This is strange though, because this genuinely upsets me. That took so long to get those guys. Hey, whatever. But anyways, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Bingocraft. Last episode, we finished off the interior of the tower with our new power room. This is where we have our crystal and extract all of its goodies so we can now power all of this stuff and have an excuse for all of this working. So of course we have crystal storage down here, and we also have the main unit, which is being extracted. It all flows down and gets collected in this pool down here, which turns some of the materials a little explosive, so we have to be a little careful. That's what we have this temperature gauge for, though, to kind of make sure nothing is about to blow up. Next, we have these two gauges, which are just kind of gauging the whole flow of the system, making sure nothing is getting blocked up or nothing's broken, you know, just making sure there's good flow and good harvesting things going on. Yeah, I said that. But with that actually completes the interior for our tower, which I am super happy with now. But I do think there's some things to address about this. Like, first of all, this. I've never had this issue before, but apparently this can happen. It's really hard to tell if this is the product of some poorly executed prank, because using my detective skills here, not all these are full blocks. There's no carpets, there's no snow buildup. It's all just full blocks. And what's even stranger is this over here. As you can see, I was terraforming this area, but there was a line of snow going down here, just trailing off, and I'm confused. I'm very confused. It was snowing in the last episode, but I've never had this issue over here before is my problem. It always rains here. It never snows. And it's also only on one half of the tower. I don't get it. I really don't know. So I think that's just going to have to stay there for a bit because I'm too lazy to remove it. But as far as the rest of the tower goes, I believe there's a few little things we can change on the exterior to make it more interesting and, you know, more alive. But generally speaking, I'm pretty sure this is, you know, done, mostly. So anyways, now that we are done being indoors for the last two episodes, I figured we would touch grass today. Touch grass and work on this section, which I actually am pretty excited for. I want to create this cool shot of looking down through this opening, and I want a pretty large flower field here. Going from end to end, I want a gradient flower field, almost like waves. But that is what I was planning on doing here, and I probably will end up putting more trees. But before we get to that, you might also be able to notice I've been doing everything in my power to not build these tall trees because they are very tedious to build. So if you remember on our to-do list, we also have to terraform this section, which you can see I've been slowly working on. And we just need to fill in that little gap there and texture with all the gradients, you know, and all the different blocks and stuff. But I think we're almost done with the terraforming here for the main little bit. But this is our main focus for today. Now, theoretically, we shouldn't need to make any flower farms, but we might end up needing to. So my plan here is to grab flowers from each and every location, just one, and we should be able to just bone meal these for the entire thing. Ooh, pink tulips, perfect. So, yep, this is essentially what we are going to be needing. And actually need to go to a swamp because we need cornflowers. They're a little brighter, they're a little more close to the light blue that we have here. So we gotta go find one of those, which I don't think we have an efficient way to get to a swamp. So we'll have to find one. Maybe we'll even find a witch's hut. Snow? Interesting. All right, I feel like there's not going to be a swamp in the snowy taiga biome, so we're just gonna go ahead and avoid that. I've definitely been in a swamp before, so I know one exists near me. I just can't remember where that is. I also just realized that I don't have a lot of durability on my elytra. This is great. I love that. I literally just need one flower. Well, that was amazingly uneventful. Didn't find a swamp, and we had to cut the trip short because my elytra's about to break. That's just amazing. All right, I had to make a quick stop to repair my elytra. So now we're just going to fly around and hope we can get this flippin' flower. Oh, ships? Wow, that's how did that, what just happened? Minecraft is having an amazing time today, apparently. All right, we're just going to ignore that portal and keep going. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? This is literally a swamp. There's a tree right there, and there's not a single one of the little blue flowers I need. You have got to be kidding me. All right, I've been flying around for a little bit, and can't find anything. Absolutely nothing. This is amazing. I love starting an episode out like this. It's truly amazing. Oh, wait, is that one? Oh my god. That took way too long just for this flower. And look how many of them there are. Now, as you can see, we're only about 8,000 blocks away from our base, but that's okay. And all we needed was the elusive blue orchid. Beautiful, beautiful. I was really tempted to just start resorting to wandering traders, but we're good now. So we can go ahead and fly back. All of those rockets, all of that XP to fix the elytra for... I mean, we only need one of these because we have a bunch of bone meal we're going to use. So, yeah, I'm not going to lie. That took way too long. Yeah, now we just got to make the tedious trip back, which isn't really tedious. It's just a long trip. All right, we're finally back and we can do this now. And it only took about an hour of searching to find one of these. Perfect. Yeah, but essentially each of these layers is going to be a different color. So we're going to have the blue orchids to start with, then the cornflower, then the allium, and then the pink tulips. And then it will cycle back into, you know, the purple, blue, light blue, all that. All right, it is almost nighttime, but we can actually start the process. Can you not bone meal on pale moss? Is that something I'm learning today? I'm making this job even harder for myself. Awesome. Perfect. No big deal. We'll just have to bone meal and pick them up and bone meal and pick them up and bone meal and pick them. It's going to be a great process, trust me. Whatever. Good thing we have a bone meal farm. That is the one thing we do have. And we do have flower farms we can make in these locations. Should I need more? I highly doubt I will need many more blue flowers, but just in case we can do that. Speaking of flower farms, I think it might actually be a nice idea to start building some more permanent ones around the area. And we can even combine that with the bone meal farm and just have an automatic flower farm everywhere, no matter where we are. I think that could be a fun little project, but for right now, we're just going to do this all manually. I have a lot of certain flowers, and then there are some flowers, such as these, which I just don't. And we got to build trees, and then we got to do all that. It's amazing. But we're just going to place a couple more of these. Oh, no. All right, that is all of the blue orchids in this spot, and then obviously we gotta go even further, but we'll deal with that later. I might put something up there. I don't know what I will put, but I'll think about it. Because I could fit a greenhouse, I would just have to adjust some things like the terrain, and of course it's raining now, but whatever. As you guys know, we're going to be doing, you know, the forest floor terrain that we did over there. We're going to be doing it all the way throughout here. But I did want to add some kind of spooky elements. So I was thinking we could potentially get some creaking here. I think that could be pretty fun. Just to add a little something, you know? I feel like my base is missing that kind of creepy vibe. A gray to green gradient. I'm sure I can figure something out. I mean, honestly, I can't lie. This might just be the play here. I mean, this is so simple, but it really does work. We would just need a lot of glow lichen, which will be kind of annoying to get, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But yeah, imagine that. That would look really cool. And another issue, we wouldn't be able to, you know, plant on the glow lichen, but we can have some gaps here and there. It won't really matter. Now, luckily, I did come prepared, so I actually have an entire shulker. Well, not an entire shulker full of moss, but a good amount of moss. Regardless if we need more, we actually don't have a moss farm, so we should probably get one of those going at some point. Whoops. And remember, the rest of this is going to be grass because I went a little bit overboard with the pale moss. I can't lie. But yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. We just need to obviously get rid of all this pale moss, and it will be even better. Thankfully, grass is not in shortage at my base, so I'll get this done really quick. All right, so about 20 minutes later, we have the entire thing pretty much done except for the glow lichen, obviously, which we have to get. But I might come back through here and make this gradient a bit larger so I can fade it out a little better. I don't know, I feel like it might be a little too instant. I guess I should probably go get some glow lichen. I guess I could scrape a piece off the side of my tower real quick and grab a sample. Do you think I could bone meal it right here? I mean, imagine this at night. I think this will look really cool, especially with the blue trees kind of fading out into darkness. I feel like that is going to be a pretty cool perspective. See, even he's excited. Just random donkey. Oh, perfect. I don't actually have a saddle on me, but quickly come over here. Saddle. Nice. Oh, you're not too fast. Oh, your jump is... I mean, you can jump. That's for sure. You're pretty okay. You're pretty all right. We'll just take that off you. Thank you. All right, so I had a little incident when I was placing the glow lichen. I may or may not have went AFK for a bit, not realizing that it was nighttime, and I kind of got murdered very brutally over here. It was very tragic. Thankfully, most of my stuff survived except for my helmet, which is really funny. I'm not too upset though. You know, just all those levels are gone. Once again, I'm going to just trek on and continue placing the glow lichen. Plant some more cornflowers, and it's like it never even happened. Perfect. I unfortunately do not have recorded evidence of this because I always stop recording when I go AFK. It's more files, but it's easier to kind of get a gauge of how long the video is. Yeah, I think a very cinematic shot here would look really cool for a thumbnail. Obviously not yet because we don't have all the things, but I'm going to go ahead and go to bed because that was my detriment last time. Well, this is going to be very colorful, I'll tell you that. These flowers are almost illuminescent. All right, that should be a good amount to start with. Does that look weird with the gap? I think it might look weird because the rest of the flower field is going to be connected, but I don't know, we'll have to see it through. We can always just, you know, change it later. The only thing would be is that I wasted all that bone meal on glow lichen for nothing, but it's fine. All right, that is the purple flowers done. That took a little bit, but looking at it now, I don't think this will be too much of an issue, and I'm curious to see what it will look like at night. But we're not done because we still need to place these. So, more bone mealing. You know, before doing this, I did think about how many flowers and how much bone meal this would cost, and I didn't think it'd be that much. I'm starting to kind of regret not building a flower farm for all of these, and with that, it should be all those. I do believe this is looking beautiful, but now we have to repeat this the other way. So now it has to go purple, dark blue, light blue, dark blue, purple, pink. Maybe. I don't know how far this is going to go, but I'm just going to keep going until I think we have enough flowers, or until I go insane, either one. So a little while longer of placing and bone mealing and placing and bone mealing, and admittedly this took way longer than I would have liked, but about an hour and 30 minutes of that, and another trip to my bone meal farm, and we have this. I do love how this is coming out, but I think there are some changes to be made. For instance, I don't know why, but for some reason right here, I feel like a nice centerpiece like boulder would be really good looking. It could potentially be weird if we don't have any other boulders or things to kind of balance it out. I don't know why, but I really want a nice like centerpiece rock. We'll have to wait and see on that. But as far as the actual field goes, I think it's coming along pretty well. I stopped here at the purple flowers because the trees kind of start beginning on this level, which is where I was gonna have it end. So I might try to still add the pink flowers. I'm not too sure, but for now, I think once we get all the other scenery around here, this will be beautiful. I really don't know if the wave effect comes across how I thought it would, but I do love this mix of colors here. I think regardless, this just looks pretty cool. But I think we could probably fit this rock in here somewhere. I kind of want it in the middle of the space here, which I think that's pretty good. I think for right now, I'm just going to kind of create a general shape of the rock. Is that a good shaped rock? That's probably okay. We'll We'll fix it up a little bit. I'm just gonna keep adding stuff until I feel like it's too much. Is this looking okay? I feel like this is looking all right. I mean, it's nighttime. I've spent a good amount of time on this rock. All right, I'll make some adjustments to that in the morning. I think it's looking okay, though. All right, you know what? I'm gonna have to call it there. I've spent a few minutes trying to figure out just how to make this rock a little better. I don't want to try to over-engineer a rock here, so I think for now we can start working on the pathway leading out of here, which means connecting this pathway all the way over here. Yep, this one that I haven't extended at all. We need to move all the way through here, under these trees, and I think a nice pathway out of here would be leading past this rock and then through either this spot or this spot. I haven't really decided yet, but I think just with the general angle of the place, I feel like going out through here would be pretty decent. The base is going along well, and I really love how this is coming out, but I think a pathway would definitely help liven this space up a bit. But I guess we'll start working on this pathway leading out of here. It's going to be interesting because I'm not sure how the stone path will look fading into the moss, so we might have to change that up, but I don't think it'll be that big of a deal.
What up, OJ?
Hello?
What's up?
Where are you? I can't see you. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, flying in. Haven't been over here in a bit.
Actually, when was the last time you have been over here?
Before you did the garden, it's been since the wheat field. Well, you were starting the wheat field. It wasn't fully cropped yet, like it is right now, or fully grown.
So what are your opinion on the trees? The tall trees here?
Oh, wrong trees I was looking at. I was looking at the wrong trees. I thought you were talking about the ones that are on your base.
I think it looks a little awkward because they're not like fully filled in. So it kind of just looks like a wall around my base.
Yeah, with like a couple just random pillars.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. All right? we all got things we don't like to admit.
True, like some unfinished bases and unfinished projects.
Oh yeah, there's a few of those. A few of those going on around here.
Don't worry, I got a couple that we can walk through today if you got time.
Oh really? I do, of course. I'm never doing anything important.
Oh no, hold on.
Not the lantern.
Dude, okay. All right. You know what? Lantern? Guess what? You're getting moved. You're getting moved right here. I am tired of dying to that stupid lantern every single time I come through.
You're still gonna get hit by it, I swear. I got an idea. We just do that.
There we go.
The lantern can go
Perfect.
like right there for right now, and we're good.
I gotta practice. Oh no. Hey, don't hit a firework right in front of a wall. You might lose like 90% of your health. All right. So this is the PvP arena. I don't know if you've been here yet. It's just a little arena. It's 200 by 200.
Little arena. It's dark too. Very dark.
Oh yeah. Well, it's the deep dark, so why have it any brighter than what the deep dark is? Yeah, this is the arena. Hopefully, everyone's gonna have their own little section. So this will be my section. That will be your section, and then we have two more victims. I mean, two more players, not victims.
Yeah, players.
So, players. And every single person will have their own little area to build in, traps or arena, or not arena, but a little battlefield pretty much. It's kind of like Hunger Games, but you get to build your own area, but you cannot scavenge your own area. So say you put like a axe all the way in the back here that has really good enchantments.
You can't go grab it. Because okay.
You can also put little secrets in your area where they have to scavenge for that, so it takes more time to get to a better item, but they don't know about it unless they search for clues or trigger it in some way. Every single person would build their own deal. It could be good, bad, ugly, whatever. It can be an open area just like this, and they're going to be like, I'm done. Hopefully not, because that would be really, really boring. But yeah, no, other than that, I'm gonna try to have the atmosphere like it is on the bridge, where it's kind of bright, but not too bright.
Bright enough for mobs to not spawn, I'm assuming.
Yes, but also just dark enough where it's kind of interesting for the battle.
Yeah.
where we can't just see each other running around.
So I do want to ask, any limitations for like traps? Like I would assume no explosives, obviously. No, maybe no lava, or unless it's like a lava pit.
So the good thing about that is we're really close to bedrock, so if we do have a lava pit, it's gonna be kind of small, but it's gonna be really hard for redstone. So that's kind of
Yeah.
where this comes into play really greatly, of kind of working with Skulk. So
Yeah.
we're trying to incorporate more Skulk type traps. If we have to go some piston doors and all that stuff and that types of traps, it wouldn't be bad, but trying to incorporate the Skulk to add more to the spooky vibe of the Deep Dark, that's what I'm hoping for, that everyone kind of incorporates.
All right.
So,
I already have some ideas. Okay.
nice.
Ooh, I just thought of some traps too. Okay. I think I'm gonna have fun with
Uh,
this. I mean, obviously, it's not done yet. I don't.
Yeah, I'm kind of working on the design for the center part. I'm pretty sure I ran it by you. Kind of a coliseum and a small little temple mixed together. So you have the
Yeah.
coliseum walls, like pillar type deal.
You gonna do a fancy roof?
Uh,
Doing a fancy dome roof, or are you gonna keep it flat?
you know, I've been kind of racking my brain around it. I kind of like it flat. I'm kind of looking at it now. I'm really thinking maybe incorporating this, you know, like this type of style right here.
Yeah, like a castle wall.
Because the light will illuminate it. We're not going to have elytras, nothing. I think what I kind of decided for weaponry and also armor, we're going to try to stick with maybe copper and leather.
Okay.
And if we can, some chainmail. I have a couple pieces of chainmail. I don't have a lot.
Yeah, it's one of those things I don't usually keep.
The only place that we're not gonna really fight in is the center part. I kind of want that to be an actual hub for everyone. When they're done with the game, they come in here and we just kind of chill and relax and kind of talk about pros and cons about maybe the next fight or whatever.
Yeah, maybe things we could change. Yeah.
We've never done this. I don't think you ever have. I definitely haven't to this standard.
I haven't done PvP really in any of my other worlds with friends, so no, this is a first for me.
Hopefully we can kind of incorporate this maybe next time. Build it up on top of ground, not underneath.
Yeah. So you don't have to dig out like 100,000 blocks of deep slate.
Yeah, talking about 100,000. You want to come look at how many blocks of cobble deep slate we have? I mean,
I think people have taken some, but
yeah, well, you know, we had to build some of the wall up, and this is some tough, and then the original, the normal deep slate.
what the? Oh, it's the armadillo.
Oh yeah, so I was working on a skulk farm because they have a code where they go into their little shell mode.
Yeah.
For
there's a
some
lot
weird
of...
reason, yeah, one time I had about 40 in here. My last little run, I got rid of about 20. So
what are you gonna do with these guys now? I'm just gonna leave them here.
I might find another purpose. I might, you know, maybe do an XP farm, or I might make a armadillo farm. I'm really close to actually doing the skulk farm. I'm trying to do the armadillos. I have found a way to do it. I just haven't built it in this world.
I like how these guys are in a padded cell too. It's very aesthetic in here.
So, yeah, it was kind of a small joke at one time. It was like a 3x3, and then I had so many that they were so close to each other that I was like,
Yeah, that's not
But
a
the
good look.
question is,
It's not a good PR look.
but the question is, does that make me the insane person?
I think you need to leave the cave, buddy. I think you need to go see the outdoors.
No.
See the sky.
The cave, no. The sky is a curse.
As we were wrapping up and just talking a bit, Troll decided he wanted to show up and tell us that he broke our nether portal. We leave you for 15 minutes, maybe 20.
Let me start you off at the old portal access, right? So over here, once we got rid of that, it started wanting to link up to this one over here that we ended up getting rid of. And so down here,
This is Lewis's.
Yeah, that's one of
yeah, we
Lewis's
have to get
portal.
rid of it. We have to get rid of it.
Oh my gosh! All right.
It was originally supposed to go here.
Yeah,
but
I know.
you want to know where this one led to?
Wait.
The bottom
where
of
did
a
you guys go?
cave.
Hold on. Where'd you guys go?
Over here, over here.
I literally lost you guys.
All
Wait.
of a sudden, it decided to go into a cave down the bottom, like lush cave. But now it has to go here. Now it's linked up. But if we put the one for Laws's portal, then it links back up to that one in the surface. So that one has to be destroyed. We need to keep this one. That one needs to be destroyed. And now I need to shift basically all of this over by one.
I
And
forgot
look at how much progress I've done along these parts.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great otherwise.
Ow,
Like,
why
basically
do
prep
I
for it.
hit everything?
This was literally made to fly through, and you're hitting you're hitting the stuff still.
Yeah, this is actually designed to be like as much space as possible. So I don't know how you managed to hit it. hit things.
Hey, you know, we don't talk about it, how I'm the only one that ever hit that lantern.
Well, I've hit it plenty of times. It just never killed me.
Shh.
But basically, everything needs to be
I
shifted
died from
over.
I'm the only
creepers.
one that ever
This
hit
one-
that.
Hey.
Thought I hit
Alright,
it for a
cool.
second. And all of the fire ones have to become brick ones, and all the brick ones have to become fire ones. It's not fun, but at least you get to see what the finished design's gonna look like.
Yeah, it looks incredible, dude. I don't envy you, but
Yeah, I'm gonna mark this with torches, and that way we all know where to go. This one's gonna stay up.
yep, mark it with torches.
Yeah.
I marked it with some more torches for you. All right, well, they seem to be having just a blast messing with nether portals all day. I'm glad I don't have to do that. But as far as the arena, that is really cool. I do want to mention, though, excuse me, I do want to mention I did help out a bit while making it, but as far as like the actual build goes, like the centerpiece and all the bridges and stuff, that was super Josh, man. That is going to be really fun to build on when that comes, but since there's a lot of nature to build today and the path to build as well, and we're going to go ahead and get to a little building. Well, hello and welcome back. We are now finished with our flower field, and I gotta say, as far as making this episode goes, I've had such a blast making this one. This one was so much fun to record, and I hope you guys enjoyed that short little cinematic I did. I know it didn't really have a lot of building in it, but I liked it, so I'm gonna keep it. But of course, we now have our finished flower field, and as you could see, I added a lot more rocks here, and I think they could be placed better to balance it out even more. I'm trying to make it all fit into one build, but I really do love how this all came out. As you can see, I was building some more tall trees as well. Not that many because I ran out of spruce leaves and I also had to go get birch leaves, but you could probably also see we are slowly working our way through the forest floor, getting all this done, and I think this is coming along beautifully. But of course, we got to figure out where the trees will stop. I just stopped it right there because I was running out of materials and I just didn't know where I wanted the trees to stop. So right there is where those are going to sit for now. And we just got to extend it all the way over there. And then we got to fill it in a lot. But this is perfect. Just raining a lot this episode. I came out of the tower and now Mother Nature is punishing me for staying cooped up. But as you can see, I also transitioned out of this kind of stone path into this mud and dirt path that we've been putting in. We've been putting this everywhere throughout the base, and I really do like how this kind of brings it in. I really love how lively paths just make your world feel. They just make it feel like it can actually be traversed and walked around and explored. But anyways, I think that is where we're going to leave this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and once again, I had an amazing time with this episode. Now that we have our flower field, we can start expanding this way, I believe. Of course, we got to figure out what we're going to do for this area, build another windmill, some more trees, and some other little bits and bobs here and there. But for right now, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this video, please leave a like, and I'll see you next time.